gonna start today. I'm already sweating, been cleaning out the garage a little bit. We're gonna start off the video today with just kind of an overview at what state my car is in. This channel will be initially dedicated to the teardown and build of my 2010 Mazdaspeed 3, along with my brother's 2001 Mazda Miata. It's a NA8 or NB8 turbo Miata. Had a turbo setup when he bought it. He traded for it actually from an NA6 non-turbo, just decently clean car for this one. Let me go ahead and give you an overview of the state of things right now. Well, excuse the mess. That's the reason I'm cleaning the garage. There's literally stuff everywhere. I haven't really been using the garage for much lately, as the car's been sitting here since July of last year. It is now May of this year, but so I have a trans pulled out. This one is, I already took it apart and put it back together. I do have another spare trans that I would just need a case for, and I would transplant the shift forks from the other one. It's under there. This case has a crack in it, so I can't use that case. But current state of the motor, I've got the motor bagged, the block bagged and pulled apart. There's the head all pulled apart. I was gonna port the intake, but I think I'm just gonna go with JMF version 2 for port injection on that one. The stock ECU, I had this car running on an access port V3. Goals, plans, hopefully when the money starts, getting dedicated to the car instead of my wife's student loans, plans are to go Motec on it, because that can control the port injection plus the direct injectors, the factory direct injectors on the car. Current state of the actual body. So I just put the hood on for temp. I had it sitting on the roof for the longest time, but got literally, it's an empty car. My buddy let me, it was up on jack stands, my buddy let me borrow his Evo 10 wheels from his second gen DSM build that he's doing. He's waiting on a trans for his, but he is going to be deploying here soon. I just got a bunch of parts in the back. He'll be deploying here soon, so he let me borrow the wheels for the time being so I can move the car in and out of the garage. Plans for the car. So it'll be a fully built block. I'm thinking about going with Overspeed Motorsports, Jordan Keefe over in New Orleans. If he moves to California, I'll just ship it to him there. His blocks seem to hold up pretty well. Very knowledgeable guy. Plans for now are 6466 precision turbo with a DTP, possibly Sidewinder manifold. Not really sure yet on which one I want to go with, but he seems to put out some pretty good work, and I'm really looking forward to that. Overall, this car, it's pretty clean. It was a low mileage car, only 69,000 on it when I took it down. It's been through, so this car, I bought it in 2013 when I was stationed in Germany. It has seen upwards of 15 laps on the Nürburgring. So I've got the Nürburgring sticker like a total nerd. But 15 laps on the Nürburgring, various autocross, and they do a drag event there at Bitburg Airfield. It's on an old taxiway, uphill, no prep. I ran that without second gear. I had the infamous second gear pop out and grind, and at that point it had gotten to the point where it would not go in at all due to the shift fork pads breaking off. And I ran like a 14 something at like 103, 104. The car at that point was, I had a catless downpipe, front mount intercooler, CX Racing front mount intercooler. Intake and a tune. I'm pretty sure that was just it. And it was low 14s without second gear. So, you know, wrap out first and throw it into third and hope for the best on that. And I was running Federal RSRs on a set of Enki RPF 1s at that point. Since then, I had gone to an E30 tune whenever I moved back to the States. The car sat for 2 years while I was stationed in Japan because I couldn't bring it there. And my brother actually rolled it onto the passenger side. So I had to replace the passenger side mirror, fender, both doors, and you can actually see it in this fender. There's a little ripple right in here and right in here. That was all that was there. The car was on storage insurance, and my brother, being a jerk that he is, decided that he wanted to take it for a joyride. And the tires were Federal RSRs, so, you know, in our compound, semi-slick, not a lot of water extraction on those tires, and they were pretty badly worn. They had probably, you know, a couple laps on the Nürburgring at least. And he hydroplaned, slid into the dirt, and it just rolled basically on its side. But just looking to get this car back going. You know, I really love the car. It was my first newer car. Before that, I had owned a 99 Eclipse RS with it's a NA front wheel drive, very slow. It was the anniversary edition or whatever. Nothing to brag about. I paid $2,000 for the car, you know, when I was 16 years old. Then I bought a 91 Ford Festiva. I still own that car, actually. It is down at my friend's shop down in South Florida, Port St. Lucie, Florida, on the East Coast. That car, I mean, I loved it. You know, it was good on gas mileage. It was a good, like, pizza delivery car, basically. Got me to and from work and, you know, whatever I wanted to do. That's all I really cared about at that point, and it was cheap on insurance. So, you know, I could afford it at 17 years old. And then when I joined the military, you know, I was making a little bit more and was able to afford this. It is paid off, finally. I refinanced it at one point, but yeah, so just looking to get things going with this. Really looking forward to seeing this thing. The plans for it overall will be more drag car than anything. Fun street car at times if I decide. But really look forward to sharing my build with you and sharing my experience and bringing this car to its hopefully new glory, better than it was. The only other thing I had done was, like I said, I had good brakes and wheels and tires on the car. I had done a Willwood 4-piston brake conversion. Same size rotors, just upgraded calipers because it had, the factory ones are single piston. But you can see these here. Yeah. But overall, this car is nice. It's clean, you know, no rust, not any major damage, you know, it's just needs a little love. Another thing that we've got going on here at the house, I've got my brother's '01 Miata. It was turboed when he bought it. Here it is. So, well, he didn't buy it. He actually traded for it, like I said before. It is. So it's got a built bottom end. It's, I believe, shot peened rod, molly pistons. Nothing too crazy, enough to handle, you know, a little bit of boost and still stay together. It would get out of its own way for sure. It was a fun little car the couple times that I drove it. Then he was joining the Army. He needed a little cash and the car was going to sit anyways, so he decided to sell off the turbo kit, the intercooler, manifold, turbo. And this is how it is sat for the last couple months. It's running Mega Squirt 2, I believe. We're looking into upgrading that, but yeah, that is this car. I'll be covering both builds as much as I can, depending on where he goes and what he wants to do. If he takes the car, you know, away from me, obviously away from my house, then I can't really do much with it. But this is my son Liam, by the way. Yeah, fun little car. Not too bad. I mean, you know, it's got the normal wear and tear, cracked interior pieces and whatnot, but it's a fun car for sure. I never thought that I'd be really interested in Miatas, but you know, you can't really discount you know, 2,200 pound car with, you know, 250 plus horsepower. You know, that's phenomenal. You know, good power to weight ratio, and they're like little go-karts, especially when they're on coils and sticky tires. But other than that, I'm just gonna continue cleaning the garage out. I'll probably do a little time lapse for you on that while I take care of this. Like I said, pardon the mess in the garage. It is a family garage. It's got kids' toys. Put that down. It's got kids' toys and stuff, you know, everywhere. You know, I try not to let my son play in the garage as much as possible, but you know, I can only keep him from wandering around the house so much. So, all right, well, I'm gonna get to it. All right, guys, so you just saw me just cleaning up, doing a quick cleanup on the garage floor, just enough just to make room for the car. Wanted to get it in just far enough to close the garage past it, and that should leave room for my attic to open up, which I didn't have for the past year. So that'll be nice. Plus it's on wheels and tires now, so I can roll it out real quick if I want more room in the garage for whatever I need to do. So that's a plus. That being said, now that it's going to be mainly cleaning up other stuff and not really doing anything with the car, I'm going to let that be it for this video. More content to come. You know, be patient. Have a nice day. Almost forgot, I wanted to include these few clips from my buddy's car. I'll be meeting up with him as he goes on with his build. It's a 350Z
with a mid-mount turbo. When I met him, it was supercharged, and he went with a turbo setup now. He primarily built the car for half mile and some road racing, but here's some action from when we went to an 8th mile drag strip.